Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I get this lesson started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Rakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone of whom I learned from, and shalom to the hopeful elect taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yahshua to the marriage supper of the Lamb. Who is Yahweh Shai? It's your brother Adah. Shalom. This is a movie called Begonia. I saw it today. Today's Monday. I watched it yesterday for the first time, and like the last, I want to say the last 15 minutes of the movie is like just a major. It's a left-handed expression of what we understand in Scripture is the rider on the white horse, given a great sword to take peace from the earth, to kill. We understand that Esau is the sword of Yahweh. We understand that there's a doctrine called the Great Culling. It is something that the elites on the left-hand side, it's what they believe to be true, that they're gonna kill off a lot of the human population. But it's also the will of the Father mentioned in the prophecies on the right-hand side. The beginning of great death, the beginning of great famine and great death. Ezra saw it. The Apostle John saw it when he was writing Revelation. So this movie, it's covering, it's mocking the Edomites. It's going into the to the doctrine of the blasphemy of the host, the chariots and the Alahayim, calling them aliens when they're just the right and left-handed powers of Yahweh. We understand by study through the elders and the apostles of the great millstone that when it says in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, that word is Alahayim, meaning powers, gods, which are the angels. Yahweh created Yahweh Shai. He is the firstborn of creation. And then Yahweh Shai created all the Alahayim, and the Alahayim with Yahweh Shai at the direction and order of Yahweh created the universe and all the nations and everything that we see in creation. So they're tapping into that in this movie. Let me see. Hold up before I show this part.
It's me again. Begonia is about Jesse Plemons. Did you know for
So this is the movie, right? It's called Begonia. I don't know, and she's the main character. So she's playing a woman in the movie who is actually an alien, but is actually a power. One of the Alahayim, posing as a person, and she's like a judge. She's like the highest ranking out of everybody, and she's posing on Earth. She's heading over a huge corporation that does experiments on human beings to see if they can live longer and all this kind of stuff. Blah blah blah. Right? But in actuality, what it is she's trying to see if she can save mankind, and they're not living up to their standards or something like that. So at the end of the movie, she reveals her identity, and she has to, she basically kills.
Begonia
That's what this part is. Check this out.
Okay, so let's talk. Reality is because I have seen that dome. Anyway,
That's supposed to be the Earth, right? So in the movie, look how they set this
watch
up.
it together. Here we go.
Okay, so let's talk about the big bad for Begonia, the Andromedans. She's an alien overlord.
Reality. Did you know for Begonia?
This is the one that shows us. So this is the end of the movie where she's back so she ends up back on the ship. They show her go from the Earth up into her ship. She transitions from her human body back into her royal clothing. And so now she's been talking to like this panel of judges that are on this chariot ship, which is the Alahayim, and they make a they make the determination that humanity must be destroyed, that it can no longer go any further. So basically everything that we know in the scriptures, but it's not humanity, it's the end of Esau. Esau is the end of the world, right? Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. And yes, millions, if not hundreds of millions, if not billions of people are going to die in that process. We know all of America is going to be destroyed. And a lot of people all over the earth are going to be destroyed. I believe Esau is probably going to release a bioweapon, and kill off a lot of people. But they're showing you their plans for the great culling, which is actually mentioned in prophecy as the great sword that Esau was given, the horse, the rider on the red horse. But check this out, they're showing you. So that's the planet Earth, and you can see the firmament that's over it, right? And she's standing, so right there she makes a decision to kill everybody on the planet Earth. So she's got this spiky, it looks like a tooth in a root. And she's standing inside the ship, and the ship, it's made to look like the inside of a human body, kind of, which basically is what? It's the signature way of creation. If you look at the galaxy and you see the galaxies, if you look at the universe and you see the galaxies, they all swirl, right? Like tornadoes. Well, when you see a cyclone or a tornado on the earth, what is it doing? It's swirling. If you ever watch a toilet flush, or if you ever see a whirlpool in the water, what is it doing? It's swirling. Those are signature aspects of creation, hinting or pointing out a creator with intelligent design, right? You can see Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai's handiwork in everything. Same thing when you go into the cellular world, when you look at and you see the way cells move and operate, there's a system, right? So she's standing there looking down at the earth, and she's all sad because now she's going to put, this judgment, and look what she does. She just popped the firmament. So what would that do in reality? What would happen on this planet if the firmament just cracked open? Exactly, it'd be instant destruction, right? So that's the inside of the ship, the chariot that she's on, and she just judged the earth, right? Like the Most High would do. And then they start showing you dead people all over the earth, right? Everybody's dead. And they kept showing you just different scenes, people in bed that were having sex dead, people on the beach dead, really hot chicks in a boat dead in their bathing suits. Basically the entire planet Earth was killed. So what is this going into? Let's tell you. This movie just came out a couple months ago. I didn't even know. I saw an advertisement for it on TikTok, then I saw it yesterday and I purchased it. I watched it and I was like, oh fuck, man, this is what the fuck. So look where we're at. Look where are we at in the timeline of everything. Let's pull up. Let me see. Look at this. This is their doctrine. The Great Culling. The Great Culling. See, I've pulled it up before. Let's see what it says. The Great Culling most commonly refers to a 2000. No, I don't want the film. I don't want the film. I want the doctrine. Let me see. Let me see if this is it. I pulled this up in another lesson previous. So this is what it goes into, because the dang it, hold on. Salakia. So look, culling the herd, eugenics, the conservation movement in the United States, 1990-1940, abstract. While from the latest 20th and early 21st century perspective, the ideologies of eugenics, controlled reproduction, to eliminate the genetically unfit and to promote the reproduction of the genetically fit. This is a doctrine that is found only in Esau Edom. Okay, this is from, and it makes sense because what is Esau called? He's called the sword of Yahweh, right? Which means what? He has an aspect of murder in him, in his DNA. When the scriptures say what? Be fruitful and multiply, right? So who came up with the concept of birth control? Why would you want to control birth? You can't find that nowhere in the scriptures. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be fruitful and multiply, right? You're not supposed to not have children. So this whole idea of birth control, that comes from Esau Edom, man. It comes out of the so-called white man's camp. All right, controlled reproduction to eliminate the genetically unfit, and then who determines who's genetically unfit and who's not? They have to. So what is Esau? He's the accuser of the brethren. He has to accuse. He has to categorize you. That's what the word. If you go into the word, look, let's go to it. Oh man, let's go get out of here. Let's go into to accuse. Here, let me see. Type it in. To accuse, accuser. Let's see. Boom. That's what I was looking for. And I heard a loud voice saying, now is the salvation of strength and the kingdom of our God. This is Revelations 12:10. And the kingdom of our God and the power of his Hamashiach for the accuser of the brethren. So let's go into this. The word accuser goes into the word categorist or category. That's where we get our word category. And that's what Esau does. He puts you in a category, and then from the position of his laws, let the law of justice be our strength. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. He makes a man an offender for a word. He writes his laws to line you up with the accusation, so then he can judge you. So to accuse before a judge, to make an accusation of an extrajudicial accusation. Okay, so that's one of them. There's another one. Oh wait, that was it. My bad, Salakia. Look, go back up here. Accuser, right? So look at the word. Look how you say it.
Strong's G 2723. Categareo.
That's where we get our word category. So Esau, the so-called white man, he puts people in categories, and then he creates a new title for himself, white, right? Which is what? Pure, good. And so he puts himself in a position of innocence, and everybody else is in a position or a category where they have to be judged according to his law of justice, which we find in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. You see? So the culling, to justify him killing the population of the earth, he has to say there's something wrong with your genetics. He has to categorize. He has to say there's something wrong. Somehow you have missed the mark, or you have committed a sin, and he must do something to correct it. This is the whole system of the so-called white man. And this is what we're about to enter into. So look, let me read just a little bit more of this. Okay, so genetically fit and environmental conservation and preservation may seem incompatible. They were promoted simultaneously by a number of figures in the progressive era in the decades between 1900s and 1950. So that wasn't no Jake that was spreading that doctrine, because we were fighting just for our rights to be humans, right? Which was another category that we were placed on, that we were 3/5 of a human, that we're not worthy of any rights. And we didn't understand what was really going on. We were in captivity as a form of punishment per what was written in prophecy. We understand this now. And as we come into the understanding of this now, we also understand who Esau Edom is, the so-called white man. We understand that he is the wicked. They are the border of wickedness. Okay? Common to the two movements were the desire to preserve the best in both the germ plasm of the human population and natural environments, including not only natural resources, but also undisturbed nature preserves such as state and national parks and forests. In both cases, advocates sought to use the latest advances in science to bolster and promote their plans, which in good progressive style involved governmental planning and social control. This article explores the interaction of eugenics and conservationist ideologies in the career of Sacramento banker and developer Charles M. Goethe and his friend and mentor, wealthy New York lawyer Madison Grant. In particular, the article suggests how metaphors of nature supported active work in both arenas. So these people come up with doctrines to justify their bullshit, right? So look, let me do this. The Georgia Guidestones. Okay, let me see if it says anything.
The Georgia Guidestones. a granite monument in Georgia, was dismantled in July 2022 after a bombing. It featured 10 guiding principles for humanity, written in 8 modern languages, including English and Spanish, and also in ancient languages on the capstone. The monument, also known as America's Stonehenge, promoted ideas about population control, which caused controversy.
There it is. Which is what? In order to control the population, you have to kill some people. The messages and design. Often referred to as America's Stonehenge, okay, boom, boom, the 19-foot tall monument consisted of 6 massive slabs of locally quarried granite. The guidelines. The stones featured a set of 10 commandments. Okay, so this is a perversion of what was originally written, right? This is Esau's left-handed crap. The stones featured a set of 10 commandments or guidelines for an age of reason. The most famous and controversial message advocated keeping humanity's population under 500 million to maintain a sustainable balance with nature. So right there, we understand that there's about 8 billion people on planet Earth. So that means more than 90% of humanity has to go, according to Esau's doctrine. Now, we understand that on the right-hand side, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai said, be fruitful and multiply. But who did he give that command to? He gave it to Adam and Eve. And we understand that Adam is Yahweh Shai in the reincarnation, and Eve is the type and shadow of the elect. So that commandment was given to Jacob. Ultimately, the elect of Israel. That commandment is solely for that portion of creation, which goes into what it says in Ezra, that the world was created for us, right? And that the next world is for a few, that this world is for many, but the next world is for a few. There's so many precepts that back all this up. So I just wanted to lay a little bit of foundation on this and then go back to this. Look. There goes your great coloring. There goes your Georgia Guidestones. There goes your, and we're going to pull some more precepts. The horse, the rider on the rider on the red horse. But you can best believe that this is, well, even though Esau's showing you this, they're talking about killing you guys off for their left-handed purposes. Even though Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai has put it in their hearts to fulfill his will, they're deceived on the left-hand side as they follow what Satan tells them to do. I'm going to show you all the people all over the earth dead. Let's get another precept. Let me see. Rider on the red horse, the red horse, the red horse. Ah, dang it. Red horse, red horse. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Revelation 6:4. And there went another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take place from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and that there was given to him a great sword. That great sword goes in the military. It goes into the bioweapons. It goes into the defiled food. The food is killing everybody, getting sick. It goes into their energy weapons. It goes into these data centers that are completely destroying the earth. We're going to pull that up and stuff. But that's the horse on the rider on the red horse is Esau. Now I believe, if I can find it, there is a lady that confessed this publicly. Let's see if it pulls it up.
You're probably thinking of Laura Marling, the singer who led the folk trio Red Horse. She often talked about how the band's name came from the fiery red horse in the book of Revelation during interviews for their album.
I didn't know that. No, that's not what I'm talking about. She was a leader. Let me see. The life. No. I want to get the lady that said it through. Who was? Margaret Thatcher, I think.
The quote, "We are the riders on the red horse," was said by Elena Ceausescu, the wife of Romanian dictator Nicolae Ceausescu.
There it is. The couple was highly infamous for their lavish lifestyle, extreme narcissism and tight grip over Romania during the communist era. And I believe those are Edomites, right? So let me see. Yeah, right there. Margaret Thatcher's Iron Lady speech. Let me see. I think that's what I think that was it. Let me see. There was a lot. So look, let me see.
30-year teacher, coach, and principal, Dr. Bubba Longrear for Georgia School Super.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you tonight in my red star chiffon evening gown. My face softly made up and my fair hair gently waved. The Iron Lady of the Western world. A Cold War warrior. An Amazon Philistine. Even a Peking plotter. Yes, if that's how they wish to interpret my defense of values and freedoms fundamental to our way of life. And by they, I mean that somewhat strange alliance between the comrades of the Russian Defense Ministry and our own defense minister.
I don't think it was it.
They're welcome to call me what they like if they believe that we should ignore the buildup of Russian military strength.
That's not it. Slovakia. We are the riders of the Red Horse. So there was an elitist that said it. So basically, whenever they do that kind of stuff, let me see. Whenever they say stuff like that, it's a revelation of the method. They're telling you who they are. So basically, that's what I wanted to show in this.
Begonia is about just. Did you know for Begonia, Aidan Delbus, who had never acted.
Reality is because I have seen that dome. Anyway, here we go. Watch it together. Here we go. Reality is because I have.
So I just wanted to show that in this movie that's what they're saying. Let's get and let's pull up some of the
Did you?
Reality is because
some of the freaking situations with the I think I saved a few of them of the data centers, man. Look at this.
The biggest data center in history just got approved, and it's called.
And this is gonna start destroying, really having an impact on the ecological. It's gonna really dry up the water. This is a judgment that's coming because the waters are already destined to be destroyed or to be dried up in America. I believe that's in Jeremiah 50 or 51, and this is part of the way it's going to be done. Whatever these data centers are going to be used for, they're polluting the atmosphere. They're noisy. They're emitting a lot of radiation. I think they suck up a lot of water, and they're moving people out of their homes and the wildlife out of and they're putting them up everywhere, you guys. And they suck millions of gallons of water.
Stratos data center. We're going to go into the etymology of Stratos.
And all this is going to produce is nothing but death. So he is as death, and hell follows behind him, right? So the movie that just came out.
How deep this really goes. It's insane. Stratos is of Greek origin, derived from the ancient Greek word, which means army, host, which is important, or encamped army. It is rooted in the Proto-Indo-European root to spread, literally implying an army as a force spread out or encamped. But what about in the Bible?
No more quiet.
And this is just for free. This is a lady. She found a website that they're selling. So see how expensive that rug is? $686,000. $686,944. But it's really a child. They're selling a child. That's what it's going into. The measurements go into a child. That's what she's proving. She's proving that this it's this lady right here. She found a fucking website. Look.
So I saw online that
right here. So she's proving that all the missing kids, their names are connected to these rugs, and so they're selling these. So this is the black market Edomite system of them reselling these children, acting like they're selling the rugs.
And Epstein, I found the original screen.
So she went missing, and then there her name is up in the corner. One of a kind Herrera, hand knotted beige. They're saying it's a rug, but that's the girl's really the one that's being sold, and they're selling her for $7,899. And the people in the know, they're going on the site, and some dude or some woman is going to buy this bitch. They're going to torture her, they're going to rape her, and then they're going to sacrifice her. That's what this shit is, bro.
Shots of product matching.
Look, Renee Banks. We got her. So some Edomite is going to purchase that Judite girl and do all types of Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12 verses 3, 4, 5, and 6 to her. They're going to torture her. They're going to rape her. They're going to drink her blood. They're going to kill her in a fucking violent way.
Missing people's names.
There goes Serenity Dennard, and there goes her name right there. One of a kind, Dennard. Hand knotted blue. Fucking Esau is wicked, dude.
From July of 2020, unfortunately.
Isabel Cabrera, hand look Persian wool. Red, blue, ivory. She's going for $5,399.
I can't give credit because it was cut off. So if you're the person that did this,
there goes Elijah Moore.
Thank you.
So that shit, man. Rios. This is fucking crazy, bro.
Look at these photos. No, I'm not letting off the pedal.
She found that fucking. Isn't it crazy? So look. So these are the people. So in the background, these people are sacrificing, raping, drinking adrenochrome, getting high off demonic knowledge, right? While they are also everything's changing in the earth. Everybody's rights are being taken away. We're entering into Jacob's trouble. This stuff is happening. So look, not to remove from what Esau does to Jacob, these data centers are going up where white people live at. They're bumping white people out of their neighborhoods. And this is happening in front of everybody. So they're showing you right there, they're not having any regard for the citizens of America anymore. They're moving forward with their shit. And this is going to take all the jobs. There's not going to be any work in Egypt. Was that Isaiah 19, verse 2? You know, just, bro.
Data center in history just got approved, and it's called the Stratos Data Center. We're going to go into the etymology of Stratos and how deep this really goes. It's insane. Stratos is of Greek.
So I'm doing 70 on I-5.
So I keep seeing this comment.
And this goes into the movements. There's a man should want to go into another city and not be able to. They're putting kill switches and controlling technology in all the new vehicles.
So I keep seeing this comment that I'll just pull the fuse, I'll hack the computer, I'll disconnect the kill switch. No, you won't. And I'm going to explain to you exactly how they designed the system to make it so you can't do that. So modern cars today don't just have computers, they have what's called a TCU, a telematics control unit. It has its own dedicated cellular connection that is always on, and every single sensor in your vehicle is hard-coded to your VIN.
So we're literally watching Esau, through his technology, basically turn America into a prison, literally day by day by day by day. It's just happening more. It's happening faster and faster and faster.
So if you tamper with the sensor, pull a fuse, or try to bypass the ECU, the car instantly generates a diagnostic trouble code, a DTC, and because the TCU is always connected, it immediately flags the tamper event to the manufacturer's cloud. Don't believe me? General Motors just banned by the FTC for 5 years because the OnStar system was secretly tracking driver behavior and braking.
So everybody's seeing this and they're panicking, right? But what they don't understand is it's in Esau's heart. It's inside of Esau's mind because the Most High has put it there. Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai has put it there to fulfill his will. Esau wants to kill off a lot of people. He wants to kill off Jacob. Don't get it twisted. He does want to kill us off, but he wants to kill off a lot of his own people too. because that's what Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai wants.
Every new car in the U.S. will be required by law to have tech that puts constant surveillance on the driver by 2027. AI in your car will determine whether you're sober and fit to drive, automatically turning off the vehicle if it determines you're a danger to the road. This is whatever, like step 2, 3, 4, whatever you want to call it. The final step of this is that you driving your car is a danger to the road. That is where we're going, and we are speed running it.
And a man shall desire to go into a city and not be able to.
There's a new fuel the EPA is pushing nationwide, and it's quietly destroying older vehicles.
See, and this is real, man. They're stopping, everything's stopping you guys. Movement, speech, they're going to constrict your movement, and they're going to silence your speech. You will not be able to say what you want to say, and you will not be able to move where you want to move.
It's called E15, and it's got more ethanol than ever before. But here's what no one's talking about. While they're putting control systems into new cars, they're making your old one harder to keep alive. I've done videos on this before. You've seen it. Kill switches, tracking, driver monitoring. So you think, I'll just keep my old car. Well, that's no longer a long-term option because E15 can cause real damage in older vehicles. And here's the crazy part. The EPA actually prohibits E15 in older vehicles.
Wow, he's got an eagle behind him, and that's a symbol for America and all the prophecy.
Immediate reaction. These are just little indicators to us.
See, and this is also prophecy that people would want to leave America and go back to their own homes. All of this.
It means that this hair is white.
You are a white person.
I'm not supposed to be white. We're supposed to be black and we're black.
You are not black. You are.
I'm black.
No, you are Caucasian.
I'm black. And I want to be black when I grow up.
There's a chance they're probably Jakes, man. But anyways, that was for free.
Eat every day. You should
want to get rid of those.
Have all you can.
So this is just stuff I was checking out.
The fact
man.
that an entire town came together to
look at this one. This has to do with a city saying they don't want the data centers, and nobody in the government listened to them.
protest a data center from being built, and they all stood inside of the town center and protested it collectively. And the people representing them passed it anyway, even though the entire town was there saying we don't want this. Well, I'm pretty sure that means that you're being taxed without being represented. And I don't know if you know this, but back in the day when that happened, oh boy, we tore it down, and we made what we have today. Or, well, not necessarily, but we built America off of the idea of no taxation without representation. And today we're not being represented, but we're being taxed. So, what do we do now?
So Esau's doing all this stuff, right? Because why?
Begun.
This is why. Because now it's time for the sword to come out. And they're putting it in their movies, and you see them acting like crazy. They're acting like just assholes to everybody all over the place. Why? Because it's time to, in their minds, they're getting ready to start killing everybody, bro. And that's what this movie is going into. That move that she just makes in the movie, that kills the entire human population. Now, we understand that that's not going to happen, but what does Scripture say? Look at this, bro. Look what Yahushua said. For the sake of the elect, no flesh would exist. No flesh would be saved. Look what Yahushua said in Matthew. It's a powerful, powerful prophecy. And Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened. What does he mean by that? If he doesn't intervene, if Yahweh doesn't send Yahushua back to earth in the chariot with the host, Esau will kill the entire planet Earth because of what he's been given. The entire planet Earth, everybody on planet Earth will die. This move right here, he will be able to do this. And so they're going to do a lot of it. They're the horse, they're the rider on the red horse, and they've been given a great sword to take peace from the earth and to kill people, and they're going to kill a lot of people. But it's not in the plan for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai to end the entire population of the planet Earth. But Esau would do it if Esau is not restrained, if Esau is not judged, if Esau is not removed from power, everything they have, and as they would release it all, it would kill everybody. And let's go back to this. Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Because of the plans that Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai has through the elect, that the blood of Yahushai, for God so loved the world, that world is talking about the elect. That harmonious arrangement goes into the laws, statutes, the commandments, and the bodies and the spirits of the elect with Yahushua and King David, then being used to establish that order on planet Earth and then throughout the entire universe. That's the grape that he has saved, that he talks about in the second. I have saved a grape from the plant. With great labor have I saved a grape. Have I saved my plant? That's what that's going into, man. Let me see. Let's get that. Let's just get that. Salakia. With great labor. With great labor have I saved. Let me see. With great labor have I kept my plant? Is that? He's been working on us all this time. Even look at this. Look, there goes your great death and famine mingled into this salvation. Second man, bro. Yahweh B'Hashem Yashat, the water for the understanding that you give us in these precepts, man. 2 Ezra 9:22. Let the multitude perish then. So people are going to die, which was born in vain. And let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. He's been working on the elect this entire time. And by the blood of Yahweh B'Hashem Yashai, by the blood of Yahushai, they are redeemed. This goes in this Jacob's trouble, man. So you got the 2/3 that are going to die. You got the 1/3 that's going to be brought through the fire. And you have a lot of Edomites and a lot of heathen that are going to also die. This is real right here, man. What Esau is showing you, they're going to pull a lot of this stuff off because it's in prophecy. There you go, man. Right? Look, so you got 2 Ezra, let the multitude perish. You got, what is it? Zephaniah, Zechariah, the two parts. 2 parts shall be cut off. 2 parts shall be cut off. 2 parts shall be cut off. Right? Zechariah. So that's a lot of death right there. Look. And it shall come to pass, Zechariah 13:8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, talking about the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes scattered to the 4 corners of the earth, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd shall be left therein. Look, 2/3 are going to die. 2/3. 2/3, right? 2/3. But also Edomites are also going to die. A great sword, the red horse. The red horse, the great sword, man. Look. So Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red, so we know that's the Edomites, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword, right? Also, so we know that Esau is going to be killing themselves, they're going to be fighting each other. Egyptian against Egyptian, and then what? A 3rd part of mankind when the arrows are shot. A third part of man, and we understand that that's in America and the land of the north, where the Edomites, their entire population is decimated, minus the elites in their underground bunkers. Revelations 9:18, and by these 3 was the 3rd part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths. The mouths is talking about the ICBM missiles opening up in the firmament and then letting out those warheads. One missile can carry 15, 20 warheads, and when they open up from the front, they send out those warheads, and those warheads hit their part. Boom, 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 boom. That shit's gonna fucking light up America. America's gonna turn into the lake of fire, and this is gonna happen to America as well. This is multi-layered. Esau thinks he's got control over all this shit. And he thinks no, that's what Yahweh's put in his heart. So she's standing as a judge on this ship, on this chariot. She just got done talking to her comrades. They don't show that part, but I just watched the movie yesterday. And so they make the decision that the inhabitants of the earth got to die. So they one by one leave, and they leave her by herself because she's the strongest, I guess. And then she does what she does. But this is also the chariots. This is also the ICBM missiles destroying America, right? So Esau thinks he's going to get out of this. He's not, man. It's the end of the world. So there was a lot that is being said in this movie, but the majority of it can be interpreted on the right-hand side. You cannot let just Esau tell his story on the left-hand side, because the right-hand side completes everything. All right, so I just wanted to share that, man. This movie was wild, bro. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakadash. I pray this lesson was edifying. This is your brother, Radah. Shalom.